gloves to the homeless, children's and old age homes and animal shelters nationwide. Thank you to our Dis-Chem pharmacies and Dis-Chem Baby City Benefit Card members for supporting us every time you swipe. The Dis-Chem Foundation, caring for the community.
To walk the talk is to turn words into meaningful actions. And it's what we at 702 are committed to doing every day. We are also committed to following the rules set out by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission's Code of Conduct. To give you balanced programming, fair comments, and accurate news. But if we stumble along the way and you feel we are not living up to the code, let us know on comments@702.co.za. And if after that you're still not happy, you can direct your complaint in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission. Email bccsa@mapsa.co.za. For more, visit bccsa.co.za.
WhatsApp Mandy
On 072-702-1702.
Good afternoon, Randy. With regards to the George situation, I feel like a lot of questions are remaining unanswered, especially by the media. Where are the investigative journalists who are not asking the questions? There are questions to the company and to the government. Apparently, most of the victims of this tragedy were foreign nationals who don't have work permits and who don't have skills. And why are these questions not being answered?
It is the doomsday. I hope he can stay out of politics. Thank you.
Stephen Hazen sounds rather underwhelming. It's sad that he actually believes that he can explain this papa for us. It's embarrassing, but most importantly, it's insulting to all of us. So for him to just not take it in the chin and accept responsibility should tell you the type of party the Democratic Alliance is.
Thank you very much for your WhatsApp voice notes. On the issue of George and where are the investigative journalists, I've heard my colleagues in press conferences asking specific questions around the contractor, who is responsible there. And I know that many of my colleagues on site there are doing exactly that. So I think that they deserve the space. And also, these things take time. So I've no doubt we'll get to the bottom of that. I understand that there are lots of questions, and rightfully there should be. The same as there were questions around the Usindiso fire. There's questions around what happened in George. So I think that will come out over a period of time. I've got confidence in my colleagues' ability to do that. Lots of response also to that interview with John Steenhuisen. It will be podcast. So if you do want to go and listen, if you missed it earlier, go have a listen to that interview with the Democratic Alliance leader, John Steenhuisen.
702.
The Midday Reports with Mandy Wiener.
Let's walk the talk.
Happening today, the African Christian Democratic Party is having a picket outside the Department of Education office in Joburg. This is over the signing of the Bela Bill. Tabiso Goba, EWN reporter, is there for us. Tabiso, good afternoon.
Government out of our school. Adito mentioned a basic education law amendment bill. It does basically like three things in terms of bill one for all schools to be registered, and it gives the powers to the provincial Department of Education to actually make or approve language policies in schools. So obviously the ACDP is very much opposed to that, Mandy. The National Council of Province is having a vote on the Bela Bill, Mandy, and it is expected that the ANC, with its majority, is going to pass that bill. There has been pressure on the ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa to ensure that he signs the Bela Bill before his term of office comes to an end before the election. So also, Mandy, the ACDP is not the only organization that has been protesting the Bela Bill. We also spoke to the Artist Forum, a youth organization, who also say the same thing, saying that motherland languages are going to suffer if this bill does pass. Let's take a listen to what the spokesperson for Agriforum Peak, Louis Boshoff, has to say on this matter.
So, in two parts. The one is that we find that in most cases, the parents living in a particular community know the situation the best, they know the children in that community the best, and for the second part, various studies have proven that education in mother languages have the best effects, that most children who blossom in their education are those who have received their education in their mother language, while many young children, especially if they grew up in a household with another language apart from English, they can't speak English well at all and won't grasp difficult concepts in English as well as in their mother language.
Thank you to Tabiso Goba, EWN reporter, for bringing us that story. The ACDP picketing outside the Department of Education offices. They're protesting against the signing of the Bela Bill.
702, the midday report, Monday to Friday,
12 to 1 p.m.
So all week we've been following on the story about the M1 tunnel fire that occurred last week and the impact that it's had on power supply to various parts of the city. City Power saying that it has managed to restore power supply to more residents that were affected by that incident. Let's find out what's been happening there. Isaac Mangena, City Power spokesperson, joining us now. Isaac, good afternoon to you. I know that your technicians have been busy trying to get some of these connections restored. What is the status of that?
Good afternoon, and then good afternoon to the listeners. Yes, we basically were busy waiting our teams to ensure that we can move around the cables, the interconnectors and so forth, and restore customers. And indeed, we managed to restore most of the customers, especially Parktown West, around Empire and so forth. We managed to restore that overnight this morning, early this morning, and most of Braamfontein North has been restored since late last week, in fact, towards late last week. So that's basically what we have managed to do, and we are hoping that we'll be able to restore more, especially most of the of Braamfontein, so that the students themselves do not suffer because of this.
So for clarity then, Isaac, are there areas that still do not have power, and which areas are those, and how long do you think it might take them to get power?
So through the backfeeding into the other substations that we have around Constitution Hill, we managed to at least restore about 70% of those that were affected by the fire. So we're looking at maybe restoring about 20% by today, and hopefully we can do the 10% going into the weekend. The 20% is most of the south, if I can put it, the south of Braamfontein towards Men's University. So the Men's University about its own, and the student rations around there, but they still do not have electricity to the observatory. And those are the ones that we're looking at restoring by later this afternoon or into the evening. And then the town area around Junction Mall, where there is a mall and the businesses around there, also they are still off. And we're hoping that by tomorrow or into the weekend, we'll be able to. They are not going to be temporary. We will be obviously normalized when the bridge repairs are completed, so that there is stability. But there's also that quick swing to other ports immediately when there is any other incident. It would be not at Braamfontein substation, but at Fort or 3 substation, so that we can be able to quickly restore people. So currently, our interest is to make sure that people have got lights, and after then they will be able to normalize it so that it's permanent, and the residents can have comfort that whenever there is any incident like this one, they don't have to stay for longer without it.
Isaac Mangena, thank you very much, City Power spokesperson, giving us a very detailed update there on what's happening with restoring power. Some areas still being impacted by that M1 tunnel fire incident. Lots of work being done behind the scenes by the technicians. They're laying interconnected cables between the Fort substation and Braamfontein substation, trying to get power back on.
I'm Sindisile Chikunga, the Minister of Transport in South Africa. Fellow South Africans, our nation is not where it was 30 years ago. Our bus rapid transport system from Ria Vaya to
spirit of our political parties. Your cross could be the critical choice. So tune into ENCA for all your up-to-date election news, coverage and analysis on ENCA DSTV channel 403 and ENCA.com.
The Diskin Foundation is now in its 8th year of donating blankets to charities countrywide, offering warmth during the coldest months to those in need. This year, the Diskin Foundation is heating it up by adding beanies and gloves to the mix. We're distributing over 10,000 blankets, beanies and gloves to the homeless, children's and old age homes and animal shelters nationwide. Thank you to our Diskin pharmacies and Diskin Baby City Benefit Card members for supporting us every time you swipe. The Diskin Foundation, caring for the community.
You can't do it.
It's too hard to run a business.
You don't have time to start your own thing.
Do what others say you can't with our digital banking solutions. Because between our online banking and mobile app, you can make salary payments, check statements, and manage your business account anywhere, anytime, from any device. Start, manage, and grow your business at standardbank.co.za/rise above the noise. Standard Bank. Standard Bank is the most authorized financial services and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
702 and Cape
It's a Thursday, and on Thursdays in the Midday Report, we speak to the author of a local non-fiction book. And I think I have a bit of a soft spot for this one because I've just finished reading it, and I kind of feel like I'm being let in on a secret.